Good evening, guys. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Okay, guys. Now we'll start our session. Today we are going to discuss regarding LeetCode. Now, first, what is the mastering LeetCode and what do you mean by LeetCode? Now, LeetCode is founded in 2015 and used by millions of users worldwide. Now, what is actually LeetCode? It's an online coding platform with competitive programming challenges. Now in LeetCode, over 3,300 problems across various topics were added that you can practice. And LeetCode help us to prepare for technical interviews for top companies. Now it covers over the fundamentals of programming topics like arrays 1D, 2D and strings, and mainly it focuses on data structure and algorithms. What are the data structure and algorithm topics? Trees, graphs, stack, queue, greedy algorithm, backtracking. Like that, we are going to focus on the topics. Now, I will share one screen. Yeah, you can find one screen. So, open the Chrome browser. After opening the Chrome browser, you can type LeetCode. Now, when I type LeetCode, I'll open first link. Now, this is the first time when you're opening the LeetCode without having an account. Now, we'll get this screen, right? Now, when I get this screen, so first we have to create an account, right? First, we have to create an account. So, click on create account. After clicking on create account, you will get one sign up page. On that sign up page, suppose I don't have an account, I have to create new account. So, below that, you can find three symbols. One is using Google, your mail ID, you can create your account, or using GitHub, you can create your account, or using Facebook, you can create an account. So I'm going to click on Gmail. Don't do anything, directly click, and when you find the screen, click on continue. When I click on continue, click on your mail ID. Now click on continue. Account will be created. New account will be created by using your mail ID. Now after that, enter your username. Now after that, give I'm here to prepare for interviews and to get job offers. Anything you can click. Now after that, depends on your choice. Are you a beginner or are you at intermediate level or you are advanced? Suppose I am at beginning. I am the beginner now. Click on beginner. Click on next. Now which topic you are interested most? Suppose I'm interested on dynamic programming, data structure and algorithms. Click on next. Now you can join on any LeetCode. Suppose I want top 50 interview questions. Join and start. If you want, you can skip. When you create the account, this is the first thing you are going to get. This is your first screen, right? Now till now we have checked that how to create account of LeetCode. Now in LeetCode, what we are going to do, I will explain. I will share one more screen. Suppose if you have already created LeetCode account, you will get, when I have already LeetCode account, when I click on it, directly LeetCode page will be opened, right? So first what I am going to do, I am going to click on explore. We'll discuss regarding all the tabs now. When I click on explore, here I have many courses. The courses, some are paid courses and some are free courses. Suppose if I click on HIP, here you can find it is a free course. It is a free course. Suppose when I click on data structure and algorithms, you can find it is a paid one. To get the access to course, I have to pay $89.99. So here for a beginner, no need to pay, not even single NP from your pocket. So suppose I want to join top interview questions, click on it. It is a free one. Here you can find the topics: array, string, linked list, trees, searching and sorting. These are the DSA topics. Suppose I want to start working on arrays, click on arrays. You will get all the questions regarding arrays, right? Suppose I want to solve one to some problem. So click on it, and if you use here previous and next option, previous means you will jump to previous question, next means you will jump to next question. That's all. And here one more thing, while solving the problem, first check what's the problem name, to sum, and read the problem statement carefully and try to understand. After that, check what is inputs, what are the inputs, and what's the output we have to print. If you haven't understood by seeing input and output, click on explanation. See the explanation. Now, after checking the explanation, check the constraints. Now, if you want any hint regarding this problem, so hint 1, hint 2, brute force approach, and more optimal approaches, hints will be given. So using hash map, we will get in less time complexity. Hint 3 is very useful here. Now you can start coding and you can select your preferred language here. My preferred language is Java, suppose. And here we have three options. It is last submitted code. Which code you have submitted last, it will again you can get it. Here it is reset to default code. If I type anything here and if I click on it, reset to default code, I'll get the template back again. Now in settings, okay, no need to change any settings now. It is correct only. And you can give your custom test cases at bottom. You can give your custom test cases. Now after that, after giving test, typing the code, just run your code and finally submit. Don't worry, we'll do the coding later. First try to understand how to use LeetCode platform properly. Now we can solve all these questions topic by topic. Now we'll go back, click on explore. Now till now we have seen how to get free course access and how to solve problems, right? Now we'll move to next, problems. Here you can find, suppose I want to solve top 150 interview questions, right? Click on it. Now when I click on start, every day one question will be added to my calendar. What's the calendar? I will explain just a second. When I click on start and when I click on daily one problem I want to solve, right? One target, and click on confirm. Yes, then what happened? To your calendar, every day one question to solve will be added. So you can see that today one problem left. You have to solve one problem. It's your commitment to solve every day one problem. So within 150 days, means 5 months, you can complete this top interview 150 questions from here, right? So go back. Now here on right side of this calendar, you can find every day one question will be given by LeetCode. To make a habit of solving every day at least one question. So if I click on it, you can find when I hover on the date 4, you are getting this question. When I click on it, you can directly solve. So when you solve every day one coding question, you will get streaks. Okay, when I click on it, continuously if you solve 5 days, you know Snapchat, right? In the same way, you are going to get the streaks here when you solve daily. Right? I'll explain this problem later, don't worry. Now, go down. Now here you can have some options, right? Suppose if I want to solve hard level problems, then select hard. You can have some filters here. Now, in hard problems, you can see one filter is added. What's the status? I want to see already solved problem. Click on solve. In hard problem, these are the solved ones. Now what are the tags on regarding some topic? If you want to see, click on array. Regarding arrays problem, you can see, right? Now in this way, you can see what's the performance and acceptance, how better you are performing as compared to other LeetCode users, you can see. Now suppose if I open this question. Now when I open this is my screen. Now here you can see on left side box you can find your problem name and problem statement. After reading the problem statement, if problem is difficult, they will give one diagram. So according to that, try to understand and try to read the explanation. What is that? After that, here you can find, type the code here, click on run. Right? When I click on run, these are the test cases that I am going to run, and you can add your custom test case. You can add your number of custom test cases. After adding the custom test cases, what I'm going to do, click on test results. So you can see my code is passing all the test cases. Now suppose if I'm not getting any idea how to solve it, right? This is the problem. I don't have any idea how to solve it. So for premium users, if you are a premium user, if I click on tutorial, you will get a video, you will get some information how to solve it, right? But there no need of any premium versions. So what I'm going to do, click on solutions. When I click on solutions, here you can see if I want Java related solution, so click on Java, and you can find number of explanation is available in discussion. Number of explanations are available. So this question someone mentioned, it beats 96% of other LeetCode users. So from here I'm not saying that copy the code. Try to understand the problem. If you are unable to solve, go to solutions and try to read the statement, try to read the theory and how it is working. After that, try by your own, try to solve by your own. Now when you submit the code, it will come to submissions, right? Suppose I'm going to submit this code, it will be, it will come here, right side. You can say a few seconds ago submitted. The runtime is 7 milliseconds. Now what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to check all my submissions. Suppose I am click on the submission, you can find here, it will beat all 28.89% of users on LeetCode. This is my position where I am right now. According to this solution I have given, this is my position, right? 112 milliseconds. But some are there who are solved at 1 millisecond. If I want, I can check their solution by clicking on it. Now suppose next time I will solve more optimized one. So next time I have optimized my code and I am checking. So when I optimize, now this time you can find, and last time 29, this time my solution beats 57% of all LeetCode users. So this coder is little optimal one, better than previous. Now this is my position, right? Now when I click on next one, now you can see my third submission is better than previous one. Now 89.89% I am going to beat other LeetCode users. Next time I will more optimize this one. Now next time you can see this is my position. Now according to all the solutions, this is the solution which is more and more optimal, and my position is at 7 millisecond and it beats 99 point of users. Means my solution is better than 99% of LeetCode users. I hope this is clear, right? Now after giving the solution, try to understand what we have to do. First read the problem statement. Read the problem statement, try to give the solution. If you are unable to type the solution or if you are getting any error something, so what we have to do, prefer the solutions left side. If you are premium user, then you have to pay nearly $30 per month, and yearly subscription also available. In the solution you can find the solutions, and in the submissions you can find how many times you have tried and what is the runtime of your code and how much memory you consume, right? The final, these are the options. I hope you know, right? Very easy on format code, submission notes. If you want to make any notes, retrieve last submitted code, and this is full screen. And you can add your own test cases and check against your test cases, the code, right? Now, after that, what we are going to discuss, I'll go back to our LeetCode. So now, daily every day I'm not solving LeetCode, so you can find that sticks are 0. Now, when I click on it, click on your profile. Now when I click on my profile, what you can see, I'm going to compare with all over world how many LeetCode users are there and what is my position, what is my ranking in that LeetCode users, and how many we have solved till now. We can have performance report. We can have performance report, and according to your performance, badges will be given, and how many easy, medium, hard questions you have solved. And you can find this, a green symbol means on that day, it means you are going to try, you have solved some LeetCode questions. More darker means more questions you have solved on the particular day, and this is the questions what you have solved previously on different topics. This is your profile. Suppose I'm going to apply for a particular drive. Now I want to showcase my coding skills, right? So at that moment, what I'm going to do, I will share my LeetCode profile. I will share this link, and I will add this link to my resume, so which will be added benefit to my resume. Now then the interviewer can see your LeetCode performance, how we are solving every day. So every day I suggest try at least to solve one problem a day. If you have more time you can solve, but to make a habit at beginner, try to solve at least one problem a day. Now top interview question I have added right previously. You can find here what you are solving, how much percentage you have completed, you have reached your target according to your commitment. Now on different topics you can select the topics. Suppose sometimes I confuse which question to solve, so if I click on pick one, randomly it will pick some question to solve, randomly it will pick some solutions. Now go back. Now third thing we are going to discuss regarding contest. When I open the contest, you can find weekly contest are there, bi-weekly contest are there. Now when I click on this contest start in 13 hours. One day 13 hours this contest is going to start. So when you win in this contest, what you are getting, you are going to get some coupons. First prize 5,000 coupons, second prize 2,500 coupons. According to your coupons, prizes will be there. Prizes will be there. First backpack, second water bottle, third one is notebook. In this way you are going to get. So how to join this? Register now. Click on register now. Yes, it won't affect. Now preview in. Now within 13 hours you can solve these questions and you can go back. According to your best solution you will be selected and you will be rewarded with coupons, right? Now if I don't want to register, click on unregister, you will be removed from the contest. So in this way you can attend the contest, right? Two contests are there, weekly and bi-weekly contest will be there. After that, discussion. So I want any career related guidance, right? Then you can use this discussion. Suppose I want career related guidance, interview experience, interview questions. So if I want to know someone interview experience, click on interview experience. If I want to write how to write an interview experience post, you can find some discussion. In this way you can write. These are just discussions. I'm not saying these are correct, but you can get little idea regarding that. What is Microsoft SE2 full stack? You can get what are the rounds at this job role. Round 1, round 2 will be there, and round 3 also will be there. In this way you can get at which company real time the users who attempted the interview, they have added it, right? So you can get an idea. And study guide. Suppose I want to be I want to learn data section algorithm. Some study guide will be there. So you can follow some general discussions, right? After that, interview. I can conduct an interview for my friends, like mock interview. Suppose how to conduct interview, click on interview and go to online interview. After clicking on online interview, now create an interview. Create an interview. Now interview name, I'm going to take DSA related questions to my friend. Suppose interview name DSA. Now after that you can find, you can allot a question to your friend. Suppose I'm going to add one question from DSA, simple one, right? Add and select one easy question I want to give to my friend. So select easy, difficult level, language, you can give Java. After that, suppose I want to give this question to some, right? And click on save, which will be added. Now switch to this question. Now what happens, right? When I invite someone, click on invite. When I invite someone by using this link, by copying this link, now he can attend this interview. He can attempt this interview, right? I can invite only one person at a time. And if we read the following statement, those who person join, you can see participant list on right side. After joining, if you type the code and execute in his preferred language, then you can find he has executed the code, like that message you can find. This is how to conduct an interview as a mock test to your friends. Just take as mock deals, right? Now close this. So how to close this? Click on end interview, right? This is mock test, and monthly only you have 10 mock tests. So you can take for your friend only 10 times per month. 10 mock interviews like question per month. You can give your own question, right? I have deleted that interview. Now, after taking interview, suppose I want to attend some assessment. Click on the assessment. In assessment, suppose I want some random questions I want to attempt. So start. Start mock test. This is just a mock test you can attempt, and you can learn by yourself, right? So what you are going to do, assessment means you are going to work under pressure. You are going to solve under pressure. If if suppose in online GDP you are going to solve a question, at that moment you are not under pressure. But when you have time limit within 15 and 1 hour, if you are not going to solve, the session is going to end, right? So you will learn how to work under pressure, right? Now after this, after taking interview online and attending your mock test, different types of mock test are available. You can attempt any mock test. So I'll close this mock test session. In assessment mock test, you can find many different ones. But the LeetCode is mainly for technical interviews, technical coding questions, not for apti. Remember, it is not for apti, to learn apti. And in store option, you can find one is redeem, one is premium. So what is for redeem? The redeem is for, if you participate in some contest, you will get some coupons, right? By using those coupons, you can buy here something. So to buy this cap of LeetCode, if someone sees this cap, they can understand that it resembles that okay, he has solved some questions contest, he won the some contest in LeetCode, that's why he's wearing this t-shirt or this caps. In this way they can understand. So you can buy this from here by using your coupon coins. Otherwise, click on premium. So what is premium? Till now I said premium is for $35 yearly to $159. So what is the benefits of premium? You can get video solutions and you can get one debugger. But for as a beginner or as a medium middle level, no need of this premium version. Just money waste. Because every problem you want to solve, you are getting here, right? Just wait for a moment. Now guys, just a second. Now guys, I will move forward. So I will share one PPT, just a second. I hope the PPT is visible, right? Now we are going to discuss some important points regarding LeetCode. Now, why LeetCode, right? So it builds problem solving skills mainly in data structures and algorithms as we discussed earlier, and which helps to develop speed and accuracy while attempting the technical rounds in the interview. The major thing is it builds your speed and accuracy. So the interviewer can know that he's not the fresher. Okay, he's practicing the course every day. He's good at technical. He has some good technical skills. And over it has 3000 plus problems in different categories, in different topics, so that you can work on it. I will give one strategy how to work on LeetCode and how to master all the topics regarding DSA in 1 month. Now we know it's available for free and premium users. And for premium, it unlocks the detailed solution and company related problems. If you want to solve, you have to get the premium. So till now, no need premium as we discussed earlier. And the major thing, LeetCode is used by students and professionals and those who want to learn competitive programming. Only for them, LeetCode is maximum used. It builds problem solving skills at various difficult levels. So I will discuss the what are the difficult levels and who can join as beginner and who can do the intermediate level. We'll discuss. And it provides editorials. Editorials means for those who have premium, they can find one editorial option beside the submissions as we discussed. It is only for it is clear explanation and it's only for premium users. And you can track your performance reports as we discuss in your profile. We can track our performance reports. And it supports, as you know, multiple programming languages. And the problems in LeetCode are real world interview questions only. Maximum interview will get easy or medium level questions you can expect in the interview. If your package is more than 10 LPA, then you have to learn difficult ones. below or equal to 10 LP maximum they will ask easy or medium questions. And you can find your leaderboards for competitive coding. So to check where you are standing all as compared to all LeetCode users. And it is a perfect platform for improving coding skills and accuracy. And it builds confidence as well as builds confidence for technical interviews. And it prepares user for coding rounds like some different contests and hackathons. It's very useful. Now LeetCode is constantly updated with new challenges every day, and it improves your logical reasoning when you solve regarding some puzzle type questions when you solve, and it helps you to master the edge test cases. So what do you mean by edge test cases? Sometimes when I solve a question, the basic test cases will be passed, but sometimes you can find hidden test cases won't pass. So why it won't pass? Because you have to think the edge test cases by yourself. They won't provide the edge test cases, but your code has to pass it, right? Sometimes when you are calculating sum of two numbers, right, when it is negative number, what you are going to print? Sometimes the edge cases you can expect anything. So when you practice every day, then you can get an idea what may be the edge test cases for a particular problem. And it encourages self-discipline through consistent practice. When you consistently practice, then it will make you some self-discipline. It means every day when I solve at least one problem, it make me a habit. It makes one habit to solve it, right? So if you solve at least 1 year 300 questions at least, then you can say you are a pro LeetCoder, and you can add it to your resume. So daily one question, try for 1 year, it's fine. So it is helpful for your resume. It will maximum boost your resume, and you can bookmark some questions, and you can debug the LeetCode questions. Is a basic option in every coding platform you can find. Help users grasp core programming concept. So fundamentals of programming also available like iterators, right? From iterators to strings, fundamentals of programming will be there. And DSA also, data structure questions also available for medium and advanced levels. And you can also use LeetCode on desktop and mobile devices, and you can find your global rankings as we seen in your profile, right? And it encourages the collaborative learning through friends, because while you're solving a particular question, your friend also might be solving. You guys can discuss together regarding a particular question if both are want to solve together. And it offers the certifications for the contest. If you win in a particular contest, you can get this certificate, so you can add in your resume. And it teaches properly how to use time and space complexities. As we discussed, as a pro programmer, time and space complexities major thing. Suppose if two sum is there, we can solve in two ways. One is brute force way, and one more is using hash map, which is optimal one. So we'll discuss now. We will solve one problem in brute force way and optimal way within few minutes. Now it offers certifications to validate skills, right? We have discussed. Now it cultivates a habit of problem solving skills every day. And if you are solving every day, then you can make a pattern. Suppose when I'm solving arrays first time, it may be difficult. Second time may be difficult, but third time you can get a pattern how to solve it easily, right? So third time it won't be difficult for us. Now, after creating the account, we have discussed regarding all the tabs, and I prefer maximum dark mode. Why? Because in dark mode you can be better, you can comfort, because in dark mode you can do coding for longer period of time. When it is light mode, your eyes will be strained. So maximum prefer for coding dark mode, and maximum prefer only one particular language to learn advanced topics on a particular language, because don't confuse whether learn entire Python or entire Java. Don't stuck in between any two languages. Select one language and pro on it. So for company specific learning, and LeetCode suggests you, when you are solving a problem, it will suggest next problem you should have to do this, like that it is going to suggest. And if you solve a particular problem, next time you can solve that problem many times, because to optimize your problem, to optimize the runtime, to optimize the time and space complexities. And you can check your submission history, like we have checked for a histogram problem, or the submission history. First time 28% we have solved, second time 56, third time 80%, fourth time 99%. So gradually you can improve your coding skills and compare your rankings, and if you solve every day you can get the badges. Participate in problem solving skills, participate in mock interviews, and if you enable some email, so you can get notifications to your email directly, solve that problem, so it will remind you every day. And make your monthly and annual target. So in 1 year annual target, I have to complete some particular topics. Like if I click on it, now this is my 1 year target. Suppose I want to complete DSA in 1 year. So month one target, introduction to programming and learn the loops and functions in second month. In third month, you can go to arrays and strings. So this is an strategy. This is one strategy how to move from one step to next step, right? So introduction to programming is very easy. Some basics you can learn. After that, go to iterations, for loop, while loop, like that, and how to work on functions. Later go to arrays 1D and 2D in third month, and work on strings, all the string functions. When you pro on it, then only move to next one. So which will be very useful for you, and which makes coding very easy. Now after that, in fourth month, first 3 months solve fundamentals of programming. From the fourth month, just a second. Yeah, from fourth month you can solve, you can start data structures, introduction to data structures. After that, in fifth month, start working on linked list, single linked list, double linked list, circular linked list. So linked list is one major topic which will be asked in interviews. After that, learn recursions and sorting algorithms. After trees, so when you learn recursion and when you learn go to dynamic programming, first learn recursion in the month 6, later go to dynamic programming month level. So to reduce more time complexity in recursions, you will call the same recursion to call multiple steps. So to overcome that, you will go to DP. And after that, learn heaps and how to heapify, heap sort, and how to heapify in priority queue, how heaps are implemented. You have to learn the topics. In trees, you know that binary tree, generic trees, you can work on it. Till now, many students know theory part, but here you are going to learn coding part, right? And after that, searching algorithms, graphs, and finally dynamic programming, hashing, and complex analysis. This is your 1 year target. So if you are in first year students, you can complete in first year target like this. So start from beginning and don't waste your time. Try to solve at least one problem per day, which is a good habit as a good programmer. Now we'll discuss regarding problem solving criteria. Suppose there are 3 levels, right? There are 3 levels: easy, medium, and hard. So how to select the problem, and who select the easy problem? Now, starting with easy, if you are new to coding or need to build confidence. So if you are new to programming or need to build the confidence, select easy programs, right? So if you are not new to, means if you are third year student, you are not new to coding, right? So you can go to medium level. First year students can go to easy level. Now for medium, gradually when you solve some easy questions, don't, I am not saying after solving all the easy questions go to medium, not like that. Try to solve many easy questions in 3000, solve 100 easy questions which are important. After that you can gradually move to medium questions. Now those who solve medium questions and then gradually move to real time interview level challenges for hard questions. If you learn hard questions, definitely you can crack the package more than 10 lpa if you're good at hard questions. Medium also you can get, but easy maximum they won't prefer, right? Now how to solve the problem. First what we have to do, read the problem statement, right? After that, read the requirements of input and output, what should be the input and what should be the output. Identify possible edge test cases. So if you solve every day, you can identify the what can be the edge test case for a particular problem. Now first, plan an initial brute force approach, right? Brute force approach means trying in all the possible ways, not like that. When you think for a particular problem, you will get some idea, right? It is brute force one. So when you solve a problem in a brute force approach, then only you will get one optimized approach. Okay, this is the one extra line I can reduce. So as much as possible reduce to get the output. So it is one optimal one, right? So after doing the thinking about brute force approach, write pseudocode and break down the algorithm. Now check your code by using the, after typing the code, check with sample test cases. And after that, after executing the code in brute force, later think about optimal one. So how to reduce time and space complexities, right? And when you solve the same problem again and again, try to find a common pattern. Okay, in sliding window, what's the common pattern to solve all the problems? In recursion, what's the common way to solve all the problems? And after that, use greedy algorithms if applicable. Apply dynamic programming to avoid many recursions, to overlap the subproblems. And or else for some array problems, use two pointer approaches, which will be easy. For linked list also you can use two pointer approaches. So these are the techniques which will helpful for better coding, for optimal coding. Now focus on recursive trees in backtracking. Suppose while tree traversals, what we are doing, we are working on recursions, right? Using recursion only, you can traverse the entire tree. What are the traversal techniques? Pre-order, in order, post order, like that. In graphs, you can traverse using BFS or DFS, two ways, right? Breadth first search and depth first search. And avoid writing the unnecessary loops. And review the solution regularly for faster recall. Suppose today I'm going to solve one particular problem on arrays. Next time again same type of problem will come. So if I solve today, if I won't see that question again, tomorrow definitely we are going to forget, right? Because human brain is like that. If you see the same thing again and again, it will remember in permanent memory. If you solve today, if you won't see the solution or problem one more time, definitely will forget, right? So regularly visit the problem which are important. And when you are writing the code, should write clean and reusable code. Clean code means write in a particular open close brackets. So when I see the code, I have to understand where the brackets are opening, where it is closing, and where the code is written. Are the code is written inside the for loop or outside the for loop, like that. And use comments for better understanding. If you read in future, comments will help you to understand the program as soon as possible. And while writing the code, the output is not matching with my output, then we don't know sometimes where is the error, right? So to overcome, to debug it, Write the print statements in between and check what's the value at a particular iteration. So where is the error, you can identify as soon as possible. Now after writing the comments, debug by identifying the print statements and test with corner test cases. Sometimes if I into some problem, if I'm going to add two numbers which is going to equal to my target, sometimes two numbers are not equal to your target, then you have to return your empty array. It's not like that always you have the solution. So what's the edge test case? Return the empty array. It is the edge test case. We have to understand. When you try to solve it, then only we can understand what's the edge test cases. And learn from community solutions. If you are unable to understand or if you want to optimize your code, you can see others who submitted the code. From them you can learn. And every time participate. When there is a contest, participate in the contest to practice under pressure. What I mean by under pressure, if you have certain time limit for a easy question, if I give 20 minutes of time, you will do it faster as soon as possible under the pressure, because after 20 minutes the question will not be there. We have to solve within 20 minutes. So practice in contest every time and maintain a progress, everyday progress. Gradually progress will increase if you solve every day. Now focus on always frequently asked questions, right? Don't solve all the problems 3000. Focus on always frequently asked questions and identify in which topic you are weak. Sometimes many people good at linked list, but many people not good at as coming to dynamic program. They know recursion, but they will confuse how dynamic program is implemented, how it is working exactly, where to use it. They don't know, right? So mainly focus on weak problems, where you are weak, in which topic you are weak. Mainly focus on that topic. Solve at least 2 to 3 problems a day, not only one. I'm saying solving one means it is going to make a good habit. Solving 2 to 3, it is best. Always when you submit a question, track runtime and track your memory. Use some strategies, divide and conquer. What is divide and conquer? We'll learn in binary search. Focus on tree based algorithms and use bit manipulation techniques when necessary. Prioritize recursion over the iteration. So if there is some iteration, you can use recursion, which is best. Over the recursion, you can use dynamic program, which is better than recursion. Solve problems from past interviews. Just a second, guys. Sorry, guys, we'll continue our session. So when to use divide and conquer strategies. Now work on grass traversal problems like BFS, DFS. Now after that, solve problems from past interviews. I mean, when you get a problem right in an interview, don't leave that. After going to home, try to solve that problem, so that maybe the same, if you lost that interview, if you won't qualify in that interview, next time the same question will be asked in another interview. So try to solve the questions from the past interviews and use hash map for fast better lookups and Try to solve in linked list. You can get multiple operations, insert at beginning, insert at end. Try to solve everything by yourself. Don't use collections directly. These are the ideas. These are the techniques how to solve the code as soon as possible. Then when you are solving the question, first try to do in easy way, later generalize how is going to work. And use test cases provided by LeetCode and add your own test cases. And we have to write the code to handle the corner test cases, means hidden test cases. And practice memorization. So in dynamic programming, you have the memorization technique. So what you memorize to reduce the recursion calls, you use memorization. So which makes your code more optimal. So if you perform on contest, it will improve your speed, right? It will improve your speed. Always focus on time saving shortcuts. Always while learning, learn the linked list by typing the entire module. But while solving in a contest, use the collections directly. If you know the concept, use the collection directly. And you have to master mathematical tricks, because in maximum data structure algorithm, somewhere you have the maximum mathematical calculations. So if you are good at mathematical calculations, some problems you can solve very easily. And use priority queues and heap where it is needed. So to understand the trees, what you can do, right? You can draw the tree diagram to understand easily. So when you are unable to understand a particular problem statement, draw the diagram. Sometimes to enter some elements in a tree, they have given inputs continuously, which you can't understand. So to visualize, draw the diagram and track the problems which took too longer to execute the program. So next time, reduce the time, right? So because in dynamic programming, maximum students will take, which consume more time. So the code is simple, but the logic to think is difficult, right? So uh, you have to take more time, because it is your weak spot. You are weak at dynamic programming. So give more time to learn about to tackle the dynamic programming concepts. And while writing the code, this is my suggestion, write in different modules so that you can reuse the code again whenever you need. And while reading the code from communities, so what we have to do in the discussions, so prefer the solution which is maximum voted, maximum people suggested yes, right? Prefer that solutions. In YouTube, some comments are there, so which comments you are going to read maximum, which got more likes in the comments also. Same as in LeetCode, we have upvoted comments, so which is better as compared to other solutions. So practice the writing the new test cases by yourself. Now how to use LeetCode effectively. Tools regarding the LeetCode, how to use it effectively. So we'll move to next slide, just a second. We have discussed regarding problem recognition, time management. Now when you are solving the problem in LeetCode, you know where to type the code, in which, and how to execute the code, and how to select the languages, and how to see the hints. So maximum hints won't be seen by free courses. Free courses, there will be maximum no hints. To get the hints, you should be the premium user, right? And V solutions for alternate approaches. Suppose when I give a problem, maybe you can solve it, which is not optimal. Then there is multiple solutions for a single problem. So view some alternate solutions. Don't stuck with the only one solution. Always learn company specific questions, because learning all the questions is wasted time. Solving all the questions, I'm not saying it's actually wasted time. You don't have that much time because you are busy with your academic learnings. So for this coding, you have to take some time, take your personal time, right? So take your personal time daily 1 hour and try to solve it. So maximum solve which questions are frequently asked and which is more important for your placement point of view. Now we'll solve one live problem. I'm going to share my screen. So I want to solve one problem live now. Suppose it's two sum problem. We are going to solve in two ways. Optimal. Suppose I want to solve two sum. Directly type two sum LeetCode. You can get this code, right? Type here two sum. You can get this code. Click on it directly. Question will be open. Any question, type directly. Question will be open. Now for two sum, right? Now I am going to solve in brute force way. Now I am going to solve in brute force way. What I am going to do? Read the problem first. After that, given an array of integers of numbers and one should be one target number. Then what I have to do? Suppose these are the numbers. I have to find by adding these two numbers I can get the target 9. So 2 plus 7 target 9. Yes. By adding first two numbers I can get the target 9. So the output is 0th index and first index element. By adding those first 0th and first index element I got the target 9. So what is a brute force approach? Using for loop. Using for loop is brute force approach. So I'm going to write brute force approach. This is brute force. So what I'm going to do? Writing the for loop int I equal to 0, I less than my nums array dot length and I plus plus, and I'm going to write one more loop to iterate the one more number and take the variable j and j less than nums dot length and j plus plus. Now next what I'm going to do, if okay j less than num dot length, and I can add one more condition, I not equal to j. Why? Because why I'm writing this condition? Because sometimes I is equal to j. I don't want to compare the same elements. I don't want to compare same elements. That's why I'm writing I not equal to j, which makes some optimal, which reduce some false. When it is 0, when I is pointing to 0 and when j is pointing to 0, I can I add same number, same index number? No, right? That's why I'm writing when I not equal to 0. Don't compare the same numbers. And what I'm going to do, nums of I plus nums of j is equal my target. The given is target already given. We have to write only function, not the main function. Now what I have to return? If I find the target, return one array. You can find that the return type is not integer. The return type is one array. So create one array. How to create array? Return create array by using new keyword. I want new integer type array and add the elements directly. The elements are I and j. Suppose when I'm not going to get this, when I get this solution, the program is ended here. The program is not returned from that position. So come out from the for loop. Then what should I return? The return type is array, right? So return new int of empty array. New int of empty array. Now run this code, right? Let's check whether it is going to work. Okay, got one error. So to return empty array, write flower brackets and now run. You can find that accepted. Now I can add my test cases, my own test cases, right? Suppose I want to add one more element, 3, 3. The target is 6, right? 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to add again 3. Now again run. Yes, the first element and last element, when I'm going to add, I'm going to get target 6. So when I go to third test case, which is added by mine, now you can see by adding index 3 and 0, first and last element, I'm going to get this solution. But still it is correct. Why? Because I got output 3, 0, expected 0, 3. Why it is correct? Because you can find in problem statement, the order doesn't matter. You can return the answer in any order. The order doesn't matter. If I submit this code after running, if I submit this code, and you can solve in multiple languages. Now I will submit this code. Now what happened? After submitting this code, you can find it took 45 seconds, 45 milliseconds to execute. Now previously I have solved. Now what's the optimal one? Optimal one is to, now it can see, it can beat 33 percentage. My now, which is executed, it can beat, this is my position, and it can beat only 33 users of LeetCode, 33 percentage users of LeetCode. Now what I have to do? I have to optimize it. How to optimize? Using hash map. So to optimize this code, what we have to do? Using hash map, right? So I'm going to remove this and create hash map. I'm going to remove this and create hash map. Sorry, we can type one more time. Now optimal way. Now how to solve in optimal way? In optimal way using hash map. So how to use hash map? First we have to create hash map, right? So to create hash map, what I have to write? Hash map, give the parameters of type integer, right? Both are integers, and create hash map name. Hash map name, I'm going to write map equal to new hash map. No need to write type again and again, and here just writing map also more than enough, because later first writing your map and later you're writing hash map, right? So you can write in short way. After that, I take one for loop, int I equal to 0, I less than my array dot length and I plus plus. Now after that, take a complement element. What's the complement? Suppose if 3 and 6 are my target 9, then if particular number is 3, then I want next number is 6. So calculate the complement. What is the complement? Target minus nums of 5. So initially our hash map is empty. So what I'm going to do? But before that we have to check if map dot contains my complement. If map dot contains my complement variable. If not contains, if contains, what we have to do? You got this solution. If contents means you got this solution. So return one array. So how to return? Return r map dot, the first element is map dot get of complement and I. If you found this solution. If you haven't found the solution, what we have to do? If I haven't found the solution, then put into map. If I haven't found the solution, then put the current element into map. So map dot put nums of I and I. Directly put the element directly if not found. Now finally, if I haven't found the solution, return one empty one, right? So how to return empty one? Same as previous. int of make empty array and return this one. Now run this code. Okay, you can see we got the error. What's the error? Map dot contents complement. Okay, we have closed two brackets, right? No, correct only. Okay, we have to check whether key is there or not. Now run. And one more error is complement means shortcut we have taken COM, right? Now run. You may get errors. We have to rectify it. The thing makes you programmer is how much time you are taking to rectify. When I submit it, now previous question I have taken the time 45 milliseconds and bits 33% users. Now this question is take 2 milliseconds for the problem and it beats 19 almost 99% of users, and this is my position, right? So in this way, first you can try brute force approach, later you can solve in efficient way. So when you can solve in efficient way, when you're good at coding, when you learn all the concepts, right? I hope this is clear for everyone how to solve the problems, right? Now I will give a question, you guys have to try. Very small one I will give. Now when I open LeetCode platform, so I'll click on problems. I'll click on explore first and I click on top interview questions and click on arrays. I mean easy questions will be there. Now we solve two sum, right? Just now we have solved two sum, how to solve it. Now you guys can try move zeros to end. This is no, may not be optimized one. You guys try. I will give 10 minutes to solve this problem. I'll give 10 minutes to solve this problem. Everyone try to solve it. Guys, it's the one basic question. Everyone you can solve. Just we have to move, read the problem statements and try the brute force approach which you are getting in your mind, and you can use the hints also. And while solving, if you are getting any errors or if your output is not correct, try to print by using some print statements. Try to solve it. It should not be optimal one. Just try to solve it in any logic, brute force way only. So when you do in brute force way, later you'll get an idea how to solve in optimized way, right? Don't worry, I will solve within 10 minutes. Everyone try to solve it. Now before try to solve it means we have to create LeetCode account, right? I have already explained how to create LeetCode account. Go through it and create your LeetCode account and try to solve this first problem by going into Explore and open these basics questions and try to solve. These are the beginner questions. These are not difficult one, beginner questions only, you can solve it. Use the hints to solve. And those who have solved, if possible, try to share your code in live chat. Just I'll wait maximum 5 minutes. At 7:20 I will type the code. Try to do it fast. Okay guys, now we'll solve this problem. So what's the problem? Given statement given an integer array nums, the array name is nums, and we have to move all the zeros to n. So we'll solve in brute force approach. So what's the brute force approach? You can find already solution is there. I will reset to default. Now we'll solve from beginning, right? So first what I'm going to do, my approach is simple guys. When a particular, while iterating the array, when a particular number is not equal to 0, I will move the pointer. So try to, you can understand when I start typing the code. Suppose I'll take one pointer, which is last 0 is equal to 0th index. As 0th index, I'm assuming I can find last 0, right? So after that, I'm going to iterate over the array. So to iterate over the array, use for loop int I equal to 0 and I less than my array dot length and I plus plus. Now while iterating, check the condition. When particular number is not equal to 0, then what we have to do when particular number is not equal to 0? Now keep the element as it is. Now keep the element as it is and increment the last 0 pointer. So what I'm going to do? Nums of last 0 increment. So what happened? After assigning, the variable is going to increment. So nums of I. So what I'm doing, when it is not equal to 0, leave the number as it is and increment the pointer. That's all I'm doing. So finally, when I'm going to point last 0, so what I'm going to do, make the all remaining elements to 0. Make all remaining elements to 0. So what happened, when I encounter 0, it's going to increment. So when I have the particular test cases like 0, 1, 0, 3, 12. So what I'm going to do, when it's not equal to 0 means the variable last 0 is going to increment only 3 times, because I can find non-zero is 1, 3, 12 elements. So remaining 2 elements is not going to increment. So remaining elements store the 0. Remaining elements store 0. So for int I equal to start the index from last index, and my I always less than nums dot length, or less I plus plus. So what I'm going to do, remaining store all the elements to 0. Remaining elements I'm going to store 0. So finally print your solution. So in I equal to 0, print your array I less than nums dot length and I plus plus. Finally print your array. How to print? System dot out dot print in the same line and print nums of I and give the space for each element. In this way we are going to print. Now after that what I'm going to do, you can give your custom test cases, it's your choice. I will add one more element. So I'll add in custom test cases 78. One more element I can add and run the code. So what happening, you can find, sir, what is std out and what is your answer? Std out means what you are printing here is going to print. Suppose I'm going to print here system dot out dot print and I'm going to print some hello. For namesake, I'm not going to do anything with hello, just I want to explain what is it. So you can see in output I got the answer, but still you can see hello is printed. So the printing statement only for debugging purpose. You can debug at that moment what is it. So don't use print statements for submitting. Before submitting, make all the print statements as comments. Now after that, submit your answer. Run code is done. I got the correct output, right? Yes. Now click on submit. So you can see it is accepted. When I click on accepted, you can find where I am standing and how was the runtime complexity and what is space complexity, and it beats only 49% of Java submissions. Right? In this way we can solve. If I want to more write optimal code, click on edit code. You can type again and you can submit again. Right? Everyone try to solve in brute force approach now. I'm not going to solve in brute force approach. Try your own way now. I'll give 5 minutes. Try to solve in brute force approach and try to share in live chat. Anyone? Okay guys, meanwhile while you are trying to solve, we'll discuss the strategy how to solve the problem. Now first, give you the problem statement thoroughly. Now what are the requirements for the problem? Make sure you can understand what's the input and output format, what are the constraints, and you can expect some behavior, some pattern. You can find some pattern if you are pro coder. Now identify the edge test cases. What are the edge test cases? Some boundary values will be there, some empty array we have to return. In this before problem you can find into some, when I am not going to find the solution, I am going to return one empty array, right? It is edge test case. And break down the problem. So how we are going to break down the problem? Such before coding, we are going to write pseudocode algorithm, step-by-step planning how to do the problem statement, right? So which you can do in mind directly, and you can type the code. Pseudocode means always no need to write and book on paper. Just think in your mind and try to write the code directly. Now identify the possible approaches. Decide between brute force and optimal solutions. Ensure your explanation covers both approaches and highlights the benefits of the optimized one. Because while explaining in an interview, we have to discuss first try to solve in brute force way and later try to solve in optimized way. It will make good impression on you. So when you know the solution, then also first try to solve in brute force, later solve in optimal way. And who can attempt product based companies and service based companies? If you are trying to solve all the easy level questions, you are good at doing easy level questions, then you can apply for service based companies like TCS, right? Then if you want to work in product based companies, what's the difference between product based and service based means? The salary also majorly different, right? So in product based you can expect more package, whereas in service based you can expect very less package. As in TCS, in TCS Ninja you can expect 3.36 per annum, so which is not good package, right? So try to solve hard level problems, then only you can attempt for product based companies, you can crack the interview. Now while doing the code, run the code in IDE. What is IDE? Integrated Development Environment, like Visual Studio, Eclipse. It's your choice what you are going to use. Now when you don't have time, when you haven't installed IDE, install it. Otherwise you can use online compilers, but majorly prefer that IDE. Now if you are getting any errors, I said that use the print statements and check for the common errors. What are the common errors we are going to get? Null or empty inputs we are going to get, right? So what is null or empty inputs? Null or empty inputs means handling the corner test cases, means border test cases. So returning an empty array, empty list, and maximum value, minimum value, which can be your corner test cases. Sometimes you are going to get array index out of bound error. So verify the loops that they are not going out of loop. That's why we are always writing nums dot length, I less than nums dot length. Why? Because I don't want to go outside the loop. So because outside the array there are no elements regarding array, right? So which makes array index out of bound error. So always we have to check whether we are iterating correctly through list or arrays properly or not. After that, optimize the code. Optimizing code means reduce the time complexity. I'm not studying reduce the code length, reduce the time complexity of executing. So if you write 5 lines, which is brute force approach, multiple for loops you have written, it's waste. If you line 10 lines of code, but which is optimal one, which takes less time. So I need optimal one according to runtime, not according to code length. Not according to code length, right? Code length is different as and runtime is different. So if I run three for loops, nested three for loops, which will take more time. So if I write 10 lines not in for loops, which will do the same task, then I will prefer 10 lines, not in 5 lines of for loop, right? Which will consume more time. While writing the code, make the code cleaner, so it will give a good impression who is doing the code, right? So in online combiners, you can find online or Visual Studio, you can find beautify option, which will make our code in a proper manner. Now every time test your code with the custom test cases, sample test cases, also with edge test cases. Suppose for corner test cases for trees, try with only one node. When there is no nodes, then what you are going to print outputs is different, right? So we have to check that conditions. When there is no elements, so no need to iterate over tree, right? So check whether tree is there or not before doing the problem. Always try to submit the code and check how much accuracy we are getting as compared to other LeetCode users. And ensure to compare that your performance as compared to other users. And suppose today you are working on a particular hard problem, you may not solve within one day, you may not solve within 10 days. Sometimes the code will be difficult, but try to find out the solutions who have already solved and try to discuss with your friends, discuss with your faculty to work on it later, because if you are unable to solve means it is your weak point, right? It is your weak topic. So try to make more time, try to take more time on the related particular weak topics and overcome it. I hope anyone solve. Okay, next we'll move to next problem. The next problem is very simple. I'll give one easy one, don't worry. Very easy one. So I'll go back. So instincts, I'll give easy problem. I know. I hope you guys know which I'm going to get. Valid palindrome, which is very easy one. Try to solve it. I'm going to give 5 minutes of time to solve it. In this valid palindrome, what we have to do? What is palindrome actually? If I read a particular string from left and right side, the string should be same, right? The string character should be same. Suppose if I'm the output is true, why? Because a man, a plant, right? So if you read from this side also, a man, a man, a plan, plant. So you can find from reading from left side or right side, it is same. So it's known as palindrome. So how we are going to solve it? Try to solve. I'll give 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I will type the code. Discussing with friends is not cheating. So using some AIs for the particular code is cheating, right? So you can get an idea through AIs, but first we have to try by ourselves. If you directly go to some chat GPT like that, you may get the solution, but you won't improve your skills. So to improve your skills, try to solve by yourself. If you are unable to do, try to take help of some friends. If you are unable to, then go chat GPT or anything online AIs. I'll give 5 minutes, try to solve it, everyone. So what's the logic we can do here? So iterate over the each character, and we have to remove commas and space, right? So how to do? Using string builder, and there is a function to check whether a particular character, so character means space also a character, comma also a character. So what we have to do? We have to write function character dot is letter or digit. There is a function is letter or digit to check. So to check here only letters are there, maybe in edge test cases digits may be there, right? So write is letter or digits and then add into your new string which is string builder. And after that compare first and last character. So how to compare? Run the for loop. So in the for loop, in the single for loop, we can write multiple variables. So write for I equal to 0, j equal to last character. So string dot length minus 1, I less than j, stop in between while you are comparing. So it's very easy. Within 5 minutes, I will try to solve it. I'm giving 5 minutes of time to everyone. Try to solve it as soon as possible. I hope at least 1 or 2% are trying to solve it. So if you work on it right now, then only you can able to solve. You can make a habit of it, right? If you won't work on it now, you won't get an idea later. So you will forget regarding this. So try to solve at least one problem and make a reminder. So make an alarm in your mobile that every day I'm going to solve one problem. Every day only one problem. Start at beginning solving one problem. Later you can increase to two problems. Okay guys, I will solve the problem now. So to normalize the string, because our string contains comma character, space character. So to remove that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to reset the code. Now first normalize this string. Normalize this string, right? After normalize this string, so how we are going to normalize? Create string builder. String builder is equal to new string builder, right? I have created one string builder. Now string builder means we can modify the string, that's all. Now iterate over each character. So what I'm going to do, take each character. So each character take from string s is given, right? So s dot create in character array to char array, right? After creating character array, now check, avoid the commas and spaces. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to check if character is digit or letter. So you can write is letter or digit. When it is letter of digit, what is it? My character C. So when it is letter or digit, what we have to do, add to our string builder dot append. What I want to append, this character. So here we have removed commas and spaces and only left are digits and alphabets. Now after that, make the string from your string builder, string str equal to, so convert your string builder to string. Now after that, compare first and last characters. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use one for loop. I'm going to point I to first character and j to last character. So last character means string dot length, and until I less than j, compare on always I increment and j is decrement. And when I have to return false, when starting character, so string dot char at of I, starting character is not equal to ending character, string dot char at of j. Then what we have to do, return false. It is not a palindrome. So if it is not returning false, so what I'm going to do, return true directly. Very simple, right? First you thought it's very difficult, later after normalizing this thing you can find it's very easy. Now run the code. So what I'm getting error, string dot length, right? So length is one function, so give. Now run the code. So we got the error at line number 21. Okay, just a second, we'll check what's the error. So the thing is, j is comparing to last character. So before last character means after ending the character there should be a space. So it's pointing to space. So do -1. So now j is pointing to right position. Now I think you can see that the test case are passed. So we'll give some custom test case and let's check. Instead of this, I'll give madam. Very simple one, right? Or radar. You can give anything. You can see it will pass because it is true. Suppose if I give madam is, now I know that it is not a palindrome, so it is going to return false, right? And both are correct, which is correct. Now submit it. Now after submitting, okay, we have changed the test case, right? Just comparing with that only. Now run and submit. Okay, it's taking different input. Our problem is correct, guys. It's error due to we have changed the test case, but it is correct. Everyone try to work on it. I hope you guys have a bright future ahead, guys. Just learn one thing from me: gradually consistent. Means try to solve at least one problem a day in a year. If you are first year students, before entering into second year, you guys have completed almost 365 problems, which will make you a pro coder. In each topic, try to solve 10 to 15 problems. Then in next year you won't regret, right? So thank you guys. You guys can leave now. Thank you all. Now don't end the session. Means I mean don't shut down your laptops. Open, try to solve new problem right now. Without solving one problem today, don't sleep. Right? At least one problem try to solve by yourself, which is easy one. Which is easy problem, right? Have a great future ahead, guys. You guys can leave now. Thank you. Thank you all.